I'm Dave.
And I'm Carl.
And this is Benchmade Reviews.
What's up everyone, Dave here from Benchmade Reviews, and I love Benchmade. Benchmade is a great knife company that makes all-American knives here in the USA out of Oregon City, Oregon. I have 3 of their knives. I have the Benchmade 940, which I love. It was in our latest EDC video. I have the Griptilian, here's a full Griptilian, which I went through like their customization type of process. Really cool, really like that one. And I also have their Barrage, which that one just is, golly, listen to that. But today I want to review their newest offering, which is the 781 Anthem. Now the 781 is their newest offering, as I said, and it's their first integral. If you're not familiar with integrals, all integral means is that they make the frame from a solid billet of metal. In this case, it is titanium. Integrals are really cool, they're hard to make, and admittedly they're probably a little bit of overkill, but still, it's really neat to have one. And to see one in person is just really great. Benchmade did a wonderful job on this. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get to the specs. Now the closed length is 4.56 inches. The open length is 8.06 inches. The blade length is 3.5 inches. The blade thickness is 0.112 inches. The handle thickness is 0.43 inches. And the weight is 3.66 ounces. So as I said, this is a solid piece of titanium with a bronze anodized finish. The body, of course, has a very nice milled chevron pattern, and the pattern is repeated on the milled clip. The milled clip is positioned for tip-up carry and is also reversible for both left-hand and right-hand use. The blade steel is the ridiculously tough CPM 20CV, which is sharp, really sharp out of the box, and will rarely need to be sharpened. The blade itself is stone washed and has a high flat grind, and the top of the blade is slightly crowned. Of course, it comes with the famous axis lock, and the button on the axis lock actually has a star pattern, which has a nice look and adds a little bit more grip. The star pattern is also matched on the thumb studs. Now the axis lock is very interesting in this because they altered the design to work with the integral, and it uses a long spring over a rod attached to the frame. Now before we get started with my actual thoughts on the knife, I just want to say that I received this knife on loan by Knives Ship Free, which I love Knives Ship Free. Definitely go down to their site and check them out. They have fantastic customer service, probably the best I've ever experienced. Their knives are great, they have great price, and of course the knives ship free. Another thing I really like about them is that they have a rewards program. For every $1 that you spend, you get a certain amount of points. Those points can go towards gift cards that you can get for later purchases. That's really cool, and I've already redeemed a number of points. So thank you, Knives Ship Free, for loaning this to me. So now on to my thoughts. This knife is stunning. So the first pro, it's beautiful. I mean, look at this design. It is absolutely stunning. And something about this design, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it kind of has like an aqua predator. Like it really reminds me of like a shark or something. Like it really is like the apex predator of the sea. I also love that they're using 20CV for this. 20CV is an incredibly tough steel, and it's not something that I would sharpen a lot or really want to sharpen a lot, but it holds an edge for a long time, and it is a really super premium steel. Love that. Of course, it has the axis design, so axis, I mean, goodness, I love fidgeting, as you know, so the axis design really warrants itself to fidgeting and playing with. It's also really easy to use. Fully ambidextrous, great for lefties and righties, so I really like that. It is a fantastic size and weight, and I would say it's perfect. I can hold it fully in my hand right here. I have fairly large hands, wear large gloves, so that's perfect for me. And being that it's a solid piece of titanium, I would have thought it would have been heavier, but it is very light, and it feels great. The balance and the weight and feel are perfect. Another pro that I really like is just something that is just kind of funny, but I really like the sound of this thing. Like, listen to this. It just has a very metallic type of sound when opening and closing, and that's pretty cool. I really think this really lends itself to being compared to the Osborne 940. They both share very similar design themes. I would even go as far as saying this is an Osborne homage. It definitely shares a lot of similar themes to the Osborne 940, and I think that's good. Now, the new Anthem is slightly bigger, but just by a little bit. And even though I really love the Osborne and I'll continue to carry it, I really think that the new Anthem is just a little bit better, and I really like that. Now let's talk about some of the cons. So the first con, I think, is the clip. Now first, I really love the way it looks, but the way it functions is not great. Now when you hold it in the pocket, it is kind of loose, and it tends to not really be really grippy. Now maybe you might be able to take this off and bend it to where it's a little bit tighter, but I think that that might not be the best solution here. It just needs to be just a little bit thicker, I think. As it stands, it's pretty thin, and I think it could just lend just to be just a hair thicker, and that might actually help it a little bit more. The next con is just something that I think will change over time, but it is a little bit gritty. That will change over time given that it's gonna break in as well, but I would think that at this price point, you would have the kinks worked out already. Now let's go to price and value. It is $425 on Knives Ship Free, the same across the board, really. And I think this is a good value. It's definitely gonna turn off some people. However, I think that this is for somebody, and I really, really like it. If you're in the camp where you don't wanna spend that amount of money and you want something very similar to this, I definitely think that the Osborne 940 is definitely a good alternative to that. I just think that the Anthem is just beyond. In summary, this knife is fantastic. I love it. The price is definitely up there, but you have to spend that price to get an integral. You can't get an integral for $50 or $100. Integrals are expensive to make, and they're gonna be expensive to buy, but they are very, very impressive. Benchmade hit a home run with this, and I think it is definitely something you need to check out. Thanks again for watching. I'll have a link down below to Knives Ship Free where you can go and check it out. Thanks again, Knives Ship Free, for loaning this to me. It's a gorgeous knife, and I am reluctantly regretting having to send this back already. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on your way out. We'll see you next time. I'm Dave with Benchmade Reviews. Bye.